From being an ordinary party worker to being the party president, Nitin Gadkari has travelled a long way and miles to reach where he is today. Center stage of national politics. Nitin Gadkari, he is with us today to talk about UP politics and how is he trying to revive the party in a state which is considered to be most crucial in the national politics. Nitin Gadkari ji, welcome to NewsX. First question, how hopeful are you that you will actually be able to do what you are aiming at in UP?
I feel that our position is like a dark horse. I don't know what the people are expecting about the BJP, but I am experiencing the response of the people. I just visited more than 60 to 65 assembly constituencies, and whatever the undercurrent which I feel, I am very much confident that we will get very remarkable and historical victory in Uttar Pradesh.
Do you expect a majority on your own?
100%. If it is the majority, it will be no miracle for me.
48 seats to 203 seats. Is it possible?
No, I tell you what the thing is in the UP politics. If you get more than 29% of votes, it's nothing like that. It is to be up to the majority. Because of this minority reservation, and there is a reaction in the mind of the OBC and scheduled caste. Because ultimately, the one thing is very clear that either Congress party or Samajwadi party, they have no majority in the parliament for making constitutional amendment for more than 50% reservation. That's why in a position, if the Congress get elected in UP, they have to give 9% reservation to the minority. They have to cut it from OBC and scheduled caste.
So would you describe that as a blunder by the Congress which is benefiting the BJP?
This is a communal politics. The Congress is so-called secular party with a communal agenda. Salman Khurshid also is a communal face of secular party. And now the meaning of secularism is appeasement of terrorism and terrorist organization. It is to be a pride for the Congress party and Samajwadi party. This all politics creates a lot of reaction in the mind of the majority. And the undercurrent is very strong. And I am very much confident that because of all this political situation, it is really a remarkable support for the BJP, and undercurrent is in favor of the BJP.
You are talking about percentage of votes. Is Nitin Gadkari talking politics or mathematics?
First of all, neither I am talking politics and mathematics. Now, day by day, our position is becoming very strong, and I am confident that at the last, we will get the majority and a historical victory in UP. And it is particularly the first time. I will tell you just two things. The voters, those who support Mayawati in last election, they are completely diverted their attention from Mayawati, and at 90% of voters they are voting for BJP now.
They left you last time, they are coming back to you this time?
Yes. That's the first thing. Second thing, because of the minority election, the 54% of minority, even the Yadav, Kushwaha, Kurmi, everywhere there is a confusion. Because of the Congress party and Samajwadi party, they cut the reservation of OBC and scheduled.
How are you so confident that it will come to you? Rest of the senior leader in the BJP in UP actually failed to assess, but you say that I can assess it.
Even our leadership, they are not expecting that much victory in the UP. Ultimately, after the result, it will be proved that what is the position.
Is it a study or a gut feeling?
Now when I had Uma Bharti ji in the party and giving him the job of Uttar Pradesh, there was also not unanimity in that subject.
Yes.
But the Uma Bharti, the way in which she is working, the way in which she is getting the response, it's proved that my decision was very good.
You have made few gambles, you have taken few gambles. One, Uma Bharti. A lot of people said she is an outsider. Why bring in her in UP? How did you decide to put your money on her? And why?
I am confident. I am confident that my decision was exactly at that time was appropriate. And Uma Bharti, the way in which the people are giving response to the Uma Bharti, particularly the backward society, it's really unremarkable.
So why are you not projecting her as the chief ministerial candidate?
We are projecting Rajnath Singh, Uma Bharti, Kalraj Mishra.
This election. Who is the chief ministerial candidate?
No, that is the secret. That is the political strategy of a party.
She did it in MP. She did it in MP. She was a star campaigner. She did it. Pull it all alone.
Decide who will be our leader of the party after the assembly poll.
Okay. You think that maybe, if you would have projected a person as a candidate for the chief ministership in the state where BSP is declared Mulayam Singh Yadav as their candidate, BSP we all know Mayawati is the candidate, you would have benefited, or is it that you're safe without BJP?
You don't compare BJP with the family parties. Mulayam Singh's party is a party of father and son, and the Congress is a party of mother and son. We are a democratic party.
And BSP?
BSP is a wholesale kirana shop. The one owner is there. She is going to decide whatever the policy, whatever the manifesto, whatever the decision.
But really people
she is
know
the
one
ultimate
leader.
authority. Only one leader. One man army.
Yes, one leader. People look at her.
That is not the true democratic spirit of Indian democracy. The BJP represent the true spirit of Indian democracy. I am the person who is a small worker on grassroots level, where my mother was not MLA and my father was not MP. I am from just a grassroots worker who became a president of the party. This is the one of the important thing related with the BJP.
There would be leaders coming forward and saying Nitin Gadkari has become a dictator, decides everything on his own.
Not at all. I never decide at our own. I always consult with all the leaders, and after considering all the leaders, then I will take the decision. What is in the interest of the party? That is exactly the spirit which the main important thing for me to take.
Some of the leaders who have been working in the state for long would feel that, why are you imposing a leader from outside of the state in the state to work?
No one is imposing. Uma Bharti is a national leader. The Uma Bharti is a leader who fight the movement of Ayodhya. She was the leading leader. And she has got identity all over in India. She is not only from Madhya Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh. Anywhere if she go, she get the response from the people because in a true sense, she is a national leader.
But her presence may also create some kind of a fear among Muslims that maybe Ayodhya kind of thing may be revived.
Not at all. Actually, the Congress and Samajwadi Party, for their political benefits and vote bank politics, they are using the sentiments of the Muslims. Actually, they are not true well-wisher of the Muslims. Particularly the Batala House, this encounter case, the Salman Khurshid has given the statement that by seeing the dead bodies of the terrorists, the Sonia Gandhi was very much disturbed, and that's why there was a eye drops from her eyes. But I am asking this question to the people that Mohan Chandra Sharma who dedicated his life for the country fighting with the terrorists. No one is going to recognize his family. Only the fault with him is that he is Brahmin, he is Sharma, he is Hindu. What is going on in this country?
Have you done any deal with Salman Khurshid? You are known for doing striking political deals. Because he is ultimately working in the interest of BJP, it seems. He is harming his own party by making statements which are not to be explained.
Today the Beni Prasad Verma repeat the same mistake. It is the Congress party, with the inspiration and motivation of Rahul Gandhi, they are constantly playing communal cards. And the Mulayam Singh and Samajwadi is a party which always support the terrorist organization and terrorist. Now this is the time for the country to decide who are communal and who are not communals. It's very unfortunate.
They say that BJP is a party which only believes in communal agenda. At the moment they come, they'll revive Ayodhya, they will revive Kashi, they will revive Mathura.
First of all, regarding the Ayodhya, already the decision of the Allahabad High Court is there.
That's right.
It clearly indicates that what the facts are there. You have to accept the decision of the Allahabad High Court. At the same time, we are not against Muslims.
But they don't trust you, do they?
100% they are. They are misled by the Congress party and so-called these shadow secularist people. Now, first of all, it is the BJP who elected Dr. Abdul Kalam as the president of the country. Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Advani has decided to give him opportunity for that.
Will Nitin Gadkari end this fear among Muslims that BJP is anti-Muslim? Will Nitin Gadkari, through his plans over a period of time, will ensure that Muslims do not get this feeling?
100%. This feeling is image versus reality.
How would you do that?
Because we have already from last 2 years, my every statement that we are committed by the party for the development of all Muslims. We don't want to discriminate any Muslim on the basis of his caste, religion, creed or sex, whatever it may be. We are interested, actually as far as my case is concerned, I feel that the politics of 21st century is the politics for progress and development. And the Muslim community, what Congress has given in last 63 years to Muslims, Chai ki tapri, pan thela, kabadi ka dukan, truck driver, cleaner, nothing.
They fear rights.
In my own constituency, I giving engineering college for Muslims.
But they also fear rights in the BJP rule.
It is the misimpression created by the Congress and the Samajwadi Party people like who want to create this type of impression in the mind of the Muslim because of their political advantages.
So can you assure to the nation that no rights under BJP rule?
100% I am assuring to by your media to the people of the particular Muslim people of this country that BJP is not against Muslims. BJP is committed for the progress of the Muslims. Unemployment, poverty, uneducation, these are the basic problem, and we are committed for that, and BJP will give highest priority for the development of the Muslims.
Will there be no ever any other rights under BJP rule, wherever it is?
I am asking you the question. Are there any rights in Bihar?
No.
Is there any rights in Madhya Pradesh?
No.
Is there in Chhattisgarh?
No.
Is there in Karnataka?
No.
So why are you blaming?
Gujarat.
No. At the same time, there are more rights in Maharashtra, where the Congress is the ruling party. There are more rights in Uttar Pradesh, where the Congress is the ruling party. You just take it from me. Any riots are unfortunate. But do you mean that the riots are started by the chief minister or the ruling party?
No.
It's 100% a wrong impression. And never any chief minister ordered to his police that please see, find out the...
If you are running the government, it's a blot. That's a fact. Because you were running the government.
There are a lot of riots in the country, in the Congress ruling state. Then why don't you blame the Congress party for that? From last 47 to till now, there are thousands of riots. Who is responsible for that?
Now coming back to UP, sir, there were two gambles I spoke about. One gamble you talk about Uma Bharti. The second gamble was Babulal Kushwaha. A lot of people said that was a wrong decision because you invited a corruption taint. Do you agree with that?
First of all, already Babu Singh Kushwaha has cleared his position, and now this subject is not there. But I'll just ask you one question. In media, the police officer or the media person, FIR registration is your responsibility. As a lawyer, you are also arguing the thing, and judge also you are going to decide. How you can tell me that Babu Singh Kushwaha is entangled in the corruption? Have you got any evidence for that?
No.
Now the government has started inquiry from last 11-12 years when Mulayam Singh's regime was there. So let us wait. Don't make too early to make any charge of
A lot of people have put a question mark on his induction, saying that this was Nitin Gadkari's personal choice. He maybe did not consult a lot of people. Was that the case?
First of all, at a time when I take the decision, 18 to 20 leaders was with me. But always I am of a nature that I own the decision. When there was a lot of discussion, Kushwaha already suo motu has taken a decision to suspend his membership.
Electorally, do you feel justified? The decision has been felt justified by you electorally? Kushwaha's entry into BJP?
Now I feel that
Elections are going on.
now I feel that now it is from the Kushwaha already. When he has taken a decision to suspend his membership, there will be no relevance to debating the issue related with him.
Community, have you got the support of the community? That what you
100% we are getting support because the way in which the media insulted him, the way in which the people, particularly the political conspiracy of the Congress party and Bahujan Samaj party, and creating him as a villain, it creates a lot of sympathy in the mind of the people. And now Kushwaha is doing his job and he is fighting for this minority reservation because ultimately because of that reservation, the reservation of the Kushwahas and OBC and scheduled caste is going to be reduced.
There are two possibilities. One, these gambles may prove right. One, it may not. What if proves right?
I don't know what it happens. I am a person who is committed for the interest of my party. I want to do something for my country, for my people, for my poor people. And I feel that politics is an instrument of socio-economic. I am doing it. I am blood.
No ambition of being the Prime Minister.
Not at all. I want to work for my country.
I was talking to Uma Bharti. Uma Bharti says, I will do whatever Nitin tells me to do. How is she getting so much of confidence in you? We know Uma Bharti. She is one angry person who gets... I was talking to her and I was asking her, Itna gussa Uma Bharti ko kyun aata hai? She said, no, I am very clear about my views. But as far as BJP, current BJP is concerned, whatever Nitin tells me, I will do that. How could you get so much of confidence in her?
Only the Uma Bharti can clear exactly what she feel about me.
Actually, a lot of people actually thought that when Nitin Gadkari came in, a lot of people thought maybe will he be able to do it or will he not be able to do it. We take a short break. When we come back, we'll ask him whether BJP will actually give a serious try for the government formation in UP. But after a short break, don't go away. Welcome back. You are watching Nitin Gadkari live with us. If your prediction doesn't go true post 6th of March, what will you say then?
I will tell you one thing. Anything can happen in cricket and politics.
Cricket and politics.
First of all, I try my level best to work hard for the party. Okay, doesn't matter.
You are a fan of both cricket and politics.
Yes.
Coming back to the question which I was asking you. If BJP gets more than 80 seats, I'm not talking about majority, I'm talking about a situation where you get well short than what you expect. More than 80 seats where without BJP a government cannot be formed. Will you try to form a government?
First of all, you record my this statement and very seriously record it. It's BJP president. I am giving you this statement. It's just like affidavit. At any cost, in any political situation, we will not make any type of compromise with Samajwadi Party and Bahujan Samaj Party directly, indirectly. You take it from me in return.
So if you do not get the numbers to form the government, you will not form the
We will be
government.
happy in opposition, but we will not make any type of alliance with this.
Even if that leads to president's rule.
Whatever it may be, we are not concerned with it.
Salman Khurshid said that we are committed to giving 9% reservation to people from the backward class, minority from the backward class. Is it possible in Indian democracy? Go on and announce.
Salman Khurshid proved to be not a law minister but a lawless minister. He proved to be a communal face of a so-called secular party, Congress party. What he is talking, what he is giving the statement is very unfortunate. He is challenging the authority of Election Commission. It's very unfortunate. And this is all the things Congress party is repeatedly doing. Today the Beni Prasad Verma is doing the same thing. It is a planned conspiracy of the Congress party they want to take the advantage of the Muslim vote.
He says he has no regrets.
It's unfortunate. Then when he gives that he has no regrets. As a president of the Congress party, it is not duty of the Sonia Gandhi to clear the things. But Sonia ji, Rahul ji, they are not talking about Salman Khurshid's statement. It means that they are supporting their statement.
Mulayam Singh Yadav says that if we find BJP coming back to power, we'll go with the Congress party.
I don't know what is the problem with the Mulayam Singh ji. The Rahul Gandhi, a small boy, immature leader, he is taking this manifesto of Mulayam Singh ji and just crack it down and thrown to it. And the Mulayam Singh says, I am ready to support Congress party because I am against BJP.
But does that show the
But the
fear
Congress party is not asking the support from Mulayam Singh ji. But he repeatedly telling to the Congress, well, I am ready. But you are ready, but the Congress is not ready to take your
That's
support.
right. But does it also show the fear of the BJP? Suddenly BJP has brought BJP.
It may be. And that's why the Mulayam Singh, he declared that the case at the time come, he will support the Congress party against BJP. Because he understands the currents.
Narendra Modi was to campaign in the state. Why didn't he campaign?
You ask Narendra Modi, he will give the answer.
You gave a list of candidates who were to campaign. His name was included. Now he is not in the state.
Party has tried at level best and making a request him for giving his time for Uttar Pradesh. But today I just understand from the statement of Balbir Punj, who is Prabhari for Gujarat, that he is busy with his some work. So it will not possible for him to probably giving his dates for the UP campaign. Still I am expecting the last 2-3 this round, whether he will get time.
You want him to campaign in UP?
100%. I am expecting from him. We already make request from the party to him that he should give his time for the party.
He is being tipped to be the future Prime Minister of this country.
Party have got lot of leaders who have got the potential to become a Prime Minister. At the appropriate time, party will decide who will be our leader.
2014 elections are not too far off. 2009 you
But the
projected
appropriate
Advani.
time is not there now.
Advani you projected in 2009.
The appropriate time we will decide who will be
You are
the
being
leader.
careful about this one this time. You are not talking on this. Coming back to Mr. Advani, he had a yatra. How much has the party benefited of that yatra? I'm not talking about Prime Ministership since you are.
Advani ji is a great leader of the party and he fight against this black money issue. Again, that's why he campaigned all over India and definitely his yatra very much give a public support to the party.
I remember 96 when BJP came for 13 days and went out of power after 13 days because lots majority could not prove it. When the elections were held next time, Advani ji went on the stage and said that we want a majority and we want a mandate for Atal Bihari Vajpayee to be the Prime Minister. We want him to see him as the Prime Minister. Advani ji has reached that stage. Won't you make such a
100% I will make the appeal for the leader at any time, because I am not a candidate for the prime leadership at any cost.
For Mr. Advani, maybe it's last election that he will be contesting next time.
It is now, we will be the leader of the party for 2014. It is a subject in discussion in the party. At the appropriate time, party will take a decision.
You do not want to project anyone this time, like 2009?
This is a party, we have got an asset. There are 5 to 6 good leaders, capable leaders, having all potential to become a prime minister.
Okay.
And this is not in the Congress party, only the party is limited to Gandhi Parivar.
Ever since you have come, even senior leaders admit that, maybe a lot of people have come in together. A lot of people who had left the party have come back. What is the secret? How Nitin Gadkari, who was an unknown person, as you described yourself, as I described you, a person who was a simple party worker, became a president, has done this? How has that happened?
I am a small worker of the party. This is a party which is led by Atalji Advani, the big leader. And as far as my stature is concerned, I am very much small. But only one thing, as I am whatever inspiration, motivation which I am getting from my leadership, I am trying my level best, work very hard for the interests of the party.
Ideology of the party or winnability of the candidate in elections?
Both things are important. There is a difference between strategy and conviction. Conviction is very important because it is the inspiration and motivation for the workers. But at the same time, strategy is also important. Because without whether we will get the victory, then we have relevance in the media.
There are
if we are not getting a victory, no one is going to ask me for interview.
There are a number of leaders there are a number of party leaders who have certain serious criminal cases pending against them. But you gave tickets to their family members, close relatives. Was that justified?
Not at all. I never give a ticket to a person who has directly entangled.
Not the person. I'm with the close relatives, family
How
members.
you can make it? You are a good person. If anyone in your family makes committed some mistake or some criminals, some crime, it doesn't mean that you are related with it.
In political situation, the way criminals are more and more getting into politics, does that bother you?
It's not a good thing. As far as it is the time for the country to make a law. How we can prohibit the criminal people to contest the elections?
There was also word that when it came to distribution of tickets in UP, you consulted prior to distribution of the tickets, but at the time of distribution, you released the list and allowed the people to just watch the list.
No.
It was purely your decision.
There is not a single candidate who is of my choice. I have no likes and dislikes. I am very much committed for the party. I just make a system by which I make a survey of 403 constituents from 5 companies. All surveys is with me.
Completely democratic?
100%.
No one can accuse Nitin Gadkari of being authoritarian?
First of all, the people who knows me, they know that I can talk anything in front of anybody, but I never bulldoze anything. But at the same time, on the elective merit, somewhere as a president, it is a time for me to take the decision.
So how do you address the views of the seniors? All of them are senior to you.
Maybe. I am considering they are all my leaders. They are my senior leaders. I respect them. I have special recognition for them. But when as a president I have to take the decision, every time I have to consider that whether my every decision is in the interest of the party or not. I always taking a decision in the interest of the party. That is my responsibility. The party bosses has given me the responsibility.
If everything goes right, you take the credit. Everything goes wrong, you take the blame.
Whatever it may be, credit or discredit, maybe I am ready to own everything.
BJP was described as a party with a difference. But it appeared to be a party with differences.
Our problem is, more democracy is a problem for our party. In Congress party, no one has courage to ask Sonia ji, why are you giving this ticket to X or Y? Here in the party, when I am in Lucknow, hundreds of people come to me and say, asking me the question, why are you giving this ticket to X and why not to Y? Because this is the strength of the party, that my party is a democratic party. Sometimes this more democracy creating more problem and giving more opportunity for you, particularly the media, to write about us and to
is that democracy good? Or does that worry Mr. Nitin Gadkari?
Comparing with the democracy of the Congress party, Samajwadi party and Bahujan Samaj party, it is an asset for the BJP what democracy we have.
Somewhere down the line it appears that BJP has moved as a centrist party rather than a perception of being a Hindu, hardcore saffron Hindu party which was considered to be a hardliner. Now appears to be a diluted centrist party. Is that true?
First of all, our party, we are very much committed for the progress and development. Nationalism is our inspiration and motivation. Good governance and development is our mission. And our target is the progress and development of the last man of the society. Again, I want to clear it. that we don't want to play any politics on the basis of caste, creed, religion, sex or language. We are very clear about it.
Last question. VSP President Ashok Singhal said that by 2014 we'll have a Ram temple in Ayodhya. Let the parliament pass a law and implement that, because there's already court order, Supreme Court is about to announce it. Do you support that?
Now the matter is sub judice. I feel that it is in the Supreme Court. I appeal to the all Muslim community in the country that Prabhu Ramchandra's temple is not an issue related only with Hindus. The particular Prabhu Ramchandra represent the history, the culture of Indian culture. So it is not a religious subject. So I appeal to all my Muslim leaders and organizations, support this cause and let us, particularly if they want to construct a big mosque there, from the outside of the Ayodhya, they can build up it. We will support them. But ultimately in the Supreme Court, on the basis of the merit, they will decide the case, and definitely now it is already indicates that because of the decision of the Allahabad High Court, it is a clearly indicates that the disputed area which is there, it is the Prabhu Ramchandra's birthplace.
Thanks a lot, sir, for talking to NewsX. Nice talking to you. That was Nitin Gadkari talking to NewsX about UP politics. He has been very frank to us about a lot of things, and that's what he is known for. A very frank person and talks his heart out.